What's up, Archons? I'm Flightless Pheasant, and today we have the first, actually, Draconian Measures update from the Gamefound. I did record this once already, and my microphone stopped working, so I have to do it over again. So if I kind of go through this a little bit quickly, it's because I have read this once already, all the way through, and so I'm going to try to recapture some of the magic, but yeah, tech problems can cause issues, so... pledge level reveals and new launch date. So TLDR, they're going to go through all the pledge levels, and the launch date has been moved back. So we're going to kind of go through it and see what they say. So prepare yourselves by seeing the pledge level rewards, and the first two stretch goals. Last time I went through this article, I don't remember seeing the first two stretch goals. So I guess I'll look for that more closely. Alright, so we're gearing up for the launch of KeyForge Draconian Measures on Gamefound, and we couldn't be more excited to share what's coming. Whether this is your very first KeyForge crowdfunding campaign, or you've been with us since the start, this is shaping up to be one of the most fun releases yet. Nice. New launch date. We've been working hard to get everything ready for launch day. While we originally planned to see the dragons emerge on September 11th, we need just a bit more time to get everything ready. So with that in mind, we're pushing the campaign back a week, and they'll be launching on Thursday, September 18th, which means my live stream will also be moving to September 18th, but we'll do a live stream for the launch of Draconian Measures Gamefound, like we've done in the past, and we'll go through everything live together, and we'll all react and look at it and see what we think. This pushback will allow us the time we need to ensure everything is in place for a smooth and successful campaign launch. So I said this when I recorded previously, and that was that I don't think that the dragon-themed event that they have at KFC can be Draconian Measures. Unless they really change the cadence of how they release, it won't be ready. But maybe they have changed their cadence. I've been saying for a while they need to, do more of this ahead of time, so maybe they took my advice and that's exactly what happened, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's something else. I hope it's a KeyForge adventure. That'd be really cool. So what can you expect on launch day? Revamped pledge tiers to give you all more of what you ask for and less of what you don't want. So let's take a look. Let's do that. The names of the tiers will seem familiar to those who've backed previous KeyForge campaigns, but some of the contents may have changed, so review them carefully to be sure you get what you want. All pledge reward levels secured during the original campaign are eligible for stretch goals. So if you choose any of the reward levels, you get all the stretch goals. Lowest level gets you a 2-player starter set and 2 decks. Pretty sure that's consistent from what it was before. The 2-player starter set will be Winds of Exchange decks, because they're still using those 2-player kits for now. The next level up gets you 6 decks. That's the same. Here's where the changes start. Reaper of Amber. So this is going to get you 12 decks. Same number of decks it got you before. 2 of the special border. In this case, they're called Dragon Scale Archon decks. It's kind of cool. 1 personalized Archon deck, and 1 full art Archon deck. So now they're making decks that are just full art all the way through, which is really cool. You'll notice there's no playmat there. That's going to be consistent. They've taken the playmats out, so you're not going to get personalized playmats anymore, which I'm a bit bummed about, because I liked the personalized playmats, but I get it. Those of us who've been pledging since the beginning probably have a bunch of them at this point, so I can understand some people being a little burned out. So the next level up is the one I usually do, Breaker of Chains. 48 decks. That's 4 boxes. You normally get 36 decks. There's 3 boxes. So they're getting an extra box, which is interesting. 3 of the Dragon Scale Archon decks. That's the same. 1 personalized deck. So this is the other thing that's different, is you're only going to get 1 personalized deck all the way through. They kind of mentioned below that there might be some logistical reasons behind that, not just that people were not wanting them, which is a bummer for me, because I really liked getting 3. It meant I could get 1 for me, I could get 1 for my wife, and I could get 1 for, my mom or a friend or something, but it is what it is. And then you still get 1 full art Archon deck, which is really cool. The next layer up, which is Turner of Keys, you get 84 Draconian Measures Archons decks. That's 7 boxes, so that's a case and an extra box, which is weird, but okay. You get 9 of the Dragon Scale border decks. That's the same. You get a personalized deck, just the one. You get 3 full art decks. That's super cool. And a full foil deck, which apparently these are decks that are foil all the way through. I don't know if they're full art or not. That wasn't super clear. I'll read through it again. We'll take a look. I don't think so, but maybe. So that's really good. And then at the 1500, you get 168 decks. That's 14 boxes, 2 cases. So that's 2 cases and 2 boxes in addition, which is a lot. As well as 12 of the Special Border Archon decks. That's the same. A personalized deck. 12 of the full art decks. So that's a whole box of full art decks, which is super cool. And then 3 of the foil decks. And then, of course, at 2,000, you get all of the stuff you got from the level below, and you get a self-insert art, which that's really neat. I like that people like that. That's really cool that's a thing that people enjoy. So far, it seems like we haven't gotten any repeats, which is kind of nice. But I'm leery that we're gonna run out of whales in the KeyForge market pretty soon, and this won't really have the same appeal once all of them have gotten the self-insert arts. So we'll see. All right. So a focus on decks, not accessories. In our past campaigns, many backers shared feedback on what they most wanted to see in pledge tiers. The clear theme was more decks, fewer accessories. I guess that's fair. Based on that, we've adjusted the tiers for this campaign, starting with the removal of playmats from the Reaper of Amber tier and higher. Yeah, I did mention that. So, I don't know. I get it. I understand. We're leaning into the people who've been here since the beginning, and I guess that's fair because that's what's holding up KeyForge right now, but I do wish we could try to build the base, you know? Although, I do think I might have an easier time selling these pledge tiers than I have in the past. So, win some, lose some. Personalized decks, 1 per pledge level. So, personalized decks, a favorite from past campaigns, where players could have their submitted name and selected houses be implemented into a KeyForge deck, are still part of the Reaper of Amber tier and above. However, instead of multiple decks, each pledge will now include 1 personalized deck of your choice. Coordinating production of multiple custom decks across tiers proved to be too complex, so we're replacing the extras with new items that bring just as much excitement. Yeah. So, yeah, they're getting rid of the extra personalized decks. Apparently there were some logistical problems there. I guess that's fair. I'm a little bummed, but I understand. And then introducing full art and full foil decks. Draconian Measures expands with 2 collectible new deck styles designed to stand out in any collection. I wonder if these are the first 2 stretch goals that they were talking about at the top. Full art decks will appear within the set itself as rare finds showcasing artwork that stretches beyond the usual frame for a striking new look. And full foil decks are even more special. These premium decks are limited in production and will not be available in normal displays. So, something to note there. That means that you will be able to find full art decks in normal display boxes. Which means that there's actually a pretty good chance that people who get lots of decks will get actually more than 1 full art deck because their normal decks will have a chance to be full art, which is super cool. Both deck types add something unique to the KeyForge experience, and we'll be sharing more details on them during the campaign. Stay tuned. Yes. So we'll be revealing even more as launch day approaches. Don't forget to follow the campaign on Gamefound before September 18th. Doing so gets you a free Draconian Measures deck when you pledge. Yeah, very, very exciting. I think that these pledge tiers are fine. I don't have a super big complaint. I think the prices moved a little bit again, but that's not too surprising. Kind of have to expect that after a certain point. Yeah, I don't know. I'm interested. I'm glad they moved back the release, honestly. I will be doing a live stream on the 18th. I said that before. And I will be putting out a few videos before then. I'm a little... So I've got stuff coming, but the live stream got moved to the 18th because that's when they're putting out the Gamefound. It's when the launch comes. I don't know that qualified as the first 2 stretch goals, because usually the first stretch goal is revealing the next set. And the stretch goal after that is different. Let me see if there's a second update to go with this one. No, it looks like there isn't. Okay, well, Yeah, I think this is really cool. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, it looks like we're going to have to wait a little bit longer to get the full reveal of everything. Well, and even then, it's not the full reveal. They'll be coming out with stuff over the next several months. But yeah, so that's all I have for you today. So until next time, later, Archons.